Welcome to the Startempire Wire Founders Podcast, where we make entrepreneurial founders a top priority. Each episode features risk takers, business builders, community shapers, institutional and government supporters in our local startup ecosystem. Tune in weekly to hear all about what's happening with the movers and the shakers of Southern California's Inland Empire and beyond. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Founders Podcast. We are here today with Tammy Martin-Ryles from the Black Chamber of Commerce Inland Empire. Tammy, we're glad to have you on. Tell us a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself, and let us know who you are.
Wow, just right on the spot, just getting right into it, right, man?
Get right into it.
Yes, just a little bit about myself. Always been a community person, just a little background. Started in corporate America, ended up somehow, teaching, and then definitely on the entrepreneur journey, starting a business here, starting a business there, and then who knows, we get hooked into the B2B, B2C, and into the chamber. And from there, I tell you, we can go on and on and on, but it's all about helping businesses, and that's what the chamber does. We're all about the resources, bringing businesses together, creating that hub, and letting them know how wonderful it is to not be on an island.
Come on.
You can come in and get fed. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Get on that island.
You know what, Tammy? The last mixer that I went to was so fun. It was so much fun. The one with the Black Chamber of Commerce and the Asian Chamber of Commerce came together. ABAIE. Yeah. And so we did this event. I'll let you maybe go more into that event a little bit later, but it was so fun. You guys, if you haven't been to a Black Chamber mixer after this interview, you're going to want to go to the Black Chamber mixers, but you're also going to want to join the Black Chamber. So Tammy, tell us, where did you grow up? What led you to the place where you wanted, you said you caught that entrepreneur bug, and where you wanted to create the Black Chamber of Commerce.
Oh my God, you want to know where I grew up? I grew up in Louisiana. I'm a Louisiana girl.
What? No way.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't even know that. Yeah.
Yes. Come on. Don't you hear the swang? Don't
yes.
you hear that little accent?
Okay.
I'm a little different. I'm a little different, very.
Okay, neighbor. I'm from Texas. Houston. Yeah.
Yes. And then, I hung around a grandmother who was like a pillar in the community. Yes. I followed her around. Everybody knew her. She was just like doing this and helping this. And I thought, I think I caught the bug.
Yes.
Know?
Yes.
And so all about wanting to reach out and help, because it's, I think it's a part of me. And so I think I navigated my way through school, through college, and then I got into the sales industry.
Okay. Okay.
Into the corporate industry that I loved, because I love people, and I just love being myself and just putting that energy out there, and then being of service. Because when you're in sales, it's all about service. Somebody needs your product, and you just got to find the need out there, because I'm here. You need me. I'm here to help you.
Yes.
And so it just carries on from there. And then moved on into, like I said earlier, to the education realm. Don't ask me why I did that, but got stuck. Because see, you get on that, let me go start a business over here. But what am I going to do when I do this? So I got into, now I'm helping our children.
I love it. Yes, yes.
And so always keeping my foot in the community, because it's a part of me. That's how I grew up. And so, which led me back. Now, let me tell you something. I got a long road of stuff. We would be here every night if I really dig in. Because let me tell you, I could write a book.
Yes.
Okay. But definitely getting into chambers. I was so brought in by chambers when years ago, when I was setting up a entertainment business with a partner, and then I had been to chamber meetings, but not as a business owner at that time. But then as a business owner, you find like, oh my God, okay, here's a resource, and everybody in the building is a resource because you have something in common. You're with like-minded people.
Yes.
You know, like-minded people, what they say, iron sharpens iron.
Iron, yes.
Yes. And then so just really figuring out the components of just where you live and just how to serve people and how to serve people the right way, because your product has, not everybody's going to want your product, not everybody's going to need your product, but there's always a specific target market for everything out there that you have, and you got to just dig into it and really be true to yourself and true to what you do. And so because of me being true to what I do and what I say, and this is just who I am, and that's how I want to live my life and help other businesses.
Wow. So what was the first year of BCCIE? How did it come about?
Well, I have been involved in chambers for a while. I used to be involved in another chamber and then that one ended up kind of running its course and shutting down. And then so with the help of the community that asked me to, keep the chamber going, that's where BCCIE was birthed. It'll be the 7th year this year.
Wow.
Yes. The inlet, I think it's the 7th.
So this is the 7th year, which means you started in 2015?
Yes, 2015. Look at this. I'm doing like that. 2015, and it was in July. And so, myself and the current board at that time, we really put our knuckles down. I said, we gonna do this.
Yes.
So that's what we did. And I haven't turned my back yet and never will.
So when did I got involved with you guys? Probably around that time. I don't know. I can't remember. You guys had me come present some things about web development there.
You've been with us for a while,
Well, I moved here to California in 2012. Yeah. And then I can't remember. I think the first opportunity where we worked together was at, oh man, I can't even remember where it was. No, I met you.
I met you at an ABA.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. I went to the ABA IE mixer. Yes.
I said, speaking. I said, I want to talk to you. I need you. I like everything that you're saying. And I think at that time, you had all the knowledge in the world. And I don't think you were as big as you are now, but you were just soaring.
I was at that time. We were focused on our conference, our WordPress, our WordCamp conference, and I presented some WordPress stuff at one of the. I don't know if I presented at ABIE, but I was just inviting people to the conference.
Yeah. Oh, you were big then. You were big.
I mean, no, I don't even consider myself big. No, we were just working on a conference, but it was a great connection. And I was like, you know what? I got to get out there and help support, Yes. And so, you invited me to speak. I love to talk. So I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. And so this has been great. So now let me ask you, okay, we all know what chambers do, right? So, but tell us a little bit more in depth about what is the Black Chamber of Commerce Inland Empire bringing to the community, the startup ecosystem.
Okay, I will say this. Okay, first, let me say this before I tell you what the Black Chamber of Commerce is doing. When people come to chambers, people come for all different reasons. All different reasons. Sometimes we come because we have no knowledge. We're in search. It's like, I'm on the road and I want to do something. Mm-hmm. And then you have the next group that says, I'm in my business. I don't quite know what I'm doing in the business. Maybe I need to join a group.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you have people who come that are, my business is failing.
Yeah.
I need for you to pull me up out of the water.
Right.
So let me just say, everybody comes for a different reason. But here is what the chamber, and a good friend of mine stated it very well. A chamber membership is like a gym membership. You go to the gym because you want to go and work that body, and then you want to get fit. You want to lift some weights. Maybe you want to swim. You got a certain plan. Maybe you even have a consultant up in there that want to hold your hand and take you around, and show you how to do something. Some people don't know how to work the equipment. Some people do.
Yes.
You know where I'm coming from? But here is the main thing. The main thing is the chamber is as good as its members. That means that you have to not only show up and keep showing up, because when you don't come, when you don't use your gym membership, okay, who you mad at?
Right? Nobody but yourself.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, because they be like, chamber, what the chamber, baby, we don't see you.
Yes. Yeah.
So you gotta come from the outside, because here's the thing. I have to ask, what do people have to bring to the chamber? Because this chamber is a hub. And at any time, you have all degrees of leadership.
Yes.
You have people who have been in business for 20 years, people been in business for 5, people been in business for 1. So everyone in the chamber is a mentor or a mentee at some particular time.
Okay.
So the whole act of networking.
That network,
is to figure out, hey, let me have this 5-minute, 10-minute conversation. Let me build relationship, because now we call it a community. You know, you have a family community.
Yes.
Okay. Well, this is what a business community looks like. And it's like, hey, Varys, I like you. You got something. Can I talk to you about this? How did you get that started? Well, Varys, 5-minute conversation with you probably could have saved me $5,000.
Right. Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
People are sitting at home on islands. Oh, it's $500 for a consultant. Oh, there's this and this. But if you just come to the chamber and you keep coming, you build the relationships and you build a conversation. Maybe you can talk to a lawyer. Hey, I just hired a lawyer because I need to do this. No, don't hire a lawyer for that.
Yeah.
Because no, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do this, and you shouldn't do this. Just go get a little slip from downtown and do this, huh?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Oh, that was free.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But see, we don't know these things when we're on islands. So we call ourselves the hub.
The hub.
So while you're there, building these wonderful relationships, then here's what the chamber has to offer. We have consistency of you coming together. We have speakers that come in. We have relationship with our partners. And then in addition to that, we have workshops that we form with our partners to help sustain businesses. And especially since there are so many workshops out there, but we try to pick the ones that we know that are going to help our businesses. Because right now it's all about sustainability. It's all about scale to sell their business.
Right. Okay.
And at any time you're learning the scale to sell your business, you know where you are in your business. So you might need to pause and go and work on that.
Right. Okay.
Right here, you can't do this because you need to pause and go work on that.
Yeah.
And over here, just like you're all about media. You're all about websites and visual.
Yes.
And I can tell you, like, the chamber needs you.
Yes.
It's like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is not who we are.
Yeah.
We are about this, but then we depend on other businesses that B2B that we reach out to and say, how can I do this so this runs great? Because my business is pulling businesses together. My business is not website.
Yes. Yeah.
And so, and these are things that businesses have to learn. Focus on the main thing. The main thing is your business. Anything that's not your business, this is when you actually have a lending hand.
Yeah.
or you get B2B.
I know. I love it. The Inland Empire startup ecosystem industry is tremendously fragmented. A few top-tier hubs, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and San Diego, are well covered by media, events, and data platforms. Finding reliable information relevant to startups or the tech industry in the Inland Empire is extremely difficult. As a result, startups can't scale fast enough. Investors are having a hard time finding the right deals, and corporates can't find the right companies to partner with for their innovation activities. Startempire Wire, the leading Inland Empire startup publication, is providing the Inland Empire startup ecosystem with the most accurate, engaging business and financial data, events, and news. Our reach of entrepreneurs, C-level executives, angels, VC investors, startup employees, key management at innovative corporates, and big tech is the solution for your B2B or B2C needs. As we build out our platform, we're looking for partners. This is your opportunity to get in on the ground level. If you're looking to align yourself with the local and growing startup and tech ecosystem of the Inland Empire, we have created the platform to get your name noticed and the opportunity for you to grow the recognition of your brand. Contact us today for availability and pricing options. We look forward to our partnership with you. So you guys are building that network, that sustainable hub. And to me, like lately, I've just been thinking in terms of like energy and like, I guess energy is really a big thing in the news right now, right?
Yes.
So one of the things I've thought about though, with regards to energy, is like whenever you have a battery cell, you can put that battery cell, either in a side-by-side configuration, or you can put them to like face-to-face configuration, like AA batteries.
Yeah.
Now, pardon the techie analogy, but whenever those batteries come side by side, it really multiplies the power. It multiplies the output of what the power is there. So I think about these business owners coming together at the networking mixers within the Black Chamber, the First Friday mixers, and they're all side by side, and they're creating this massive output of value to the ecosystem. Is that a good analogy, or maybe it's just too techy?
No, that's a great analysis, because I think what people have, when I say what people, I say generally, what people think when they think of chamber, like it's just a place to just come in and just meet a whole bunch of businesses and try to sell your business. That's not really what it's about.
Yes.
Because eventually you're going to get that. But
yes.
I think what we miss is relationship. Because
relationship.
if you form a relationship, you trust people.
And
then when you form a relationship and you see these people all the time, it is about me now referring your business. It is about me now telling all of my clients about you, or when I'm talking to people, because now I know you. Yes. I know your skills. I know what you've done for me. I know what you've done for others.
Yes.
And so, it's all about building the network and staying within the net.
Yes.
And not so much, let me go to the business, let me see how many cards I can pass out, let me see how many people I can meet. That's why I think, like the last time you came out to the First Friday, and I know a lot of people come out and they're like, they come out with their own plan, like I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna meet 20 people and I'm gonna go. And it's like, no, I'm not gonna allow that to happen. No, when you come in, I'm involved, you're gonna play a game. Why? Because you need to do something else with the group that you're around, because now How do you work in a team setting together? How do we think together? It's a different thing when you have to sit back and say, how can we create that?
Yeah.
Now everybody has to drop their guard.
Yeah.
Everybody has to say, oh, well, how would I do that? Now we tend to look at people differently now.
Yeah.
You don't want to play ball. You don't even want to sit back. You don't want to chop it up with me.
Yeah.
You don't want to see what we can do together, because if we can't spend 5 to 30 minutes working together on something that is going to build a bond between us, how would you ever do business together?
And what she's referring to for the audience who's listening was a really fun activity that happened at the last First Fridays mixer, where she gave us raw material assignment, and we had to get in random groups, and we had to come up with an invent a product from this just random raw material. It's really awesome. And when you're doing this with people who you have never met, because you're forced to get in groups with people you didn't come with. When you're doing this with a group of people you've never met, you actually get this. It's a great experience of like this collaboration. You're stepping out of your shell, and then you're offering. It's fun. It's not anything to be really taken seriously, but other skills are brought away from the activity. It was so awesome. So I just want to let our listeners know, because I'm not sure they would know. But where did you get that activity from, Tammy? That was really cool.
Okay, and that's part of probably what I didn't talk about. I do teach. So I am a CTE teacher, but I am a science teacher, number one. So I teach anatomy, biology, and I also teach business. And so when I'm teaching students, they actually have to form
in high school or community college?
High school, but I teach at a middle college, high school.
Okay.
So my students are on a college campus.
Nice. Okay.
So, and my class is a college class.
Okay.
So I teach them all the components of business, but they all have to make a business plan.
Nice.
And so they all have to go through. That is their culminating activity at the end of the year.
Okay.
By the time we begin at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year, not only they have to have their website.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
And I'm gonna bring you into class next time, okay? Like for real. No, for real. And so they have to create their website. They have to create their logo. They have to create their target market.
Wow.
They have to create all of this. So I have a lot of students who are going into business.
I love this.
Many of them are so happy when they finish my class, because they feel like I can take this with me to the next level, and actually have something to pull from. But that activity that we were doing was marketing. You're working for a company. And so in this company, they're always thinking of new products.
Right.
And then they'll give a product, and then they have these marketing teams, these groups. And so in the group, they'll give a raw material. It might be something that they already sell, and they might have rubber, like a tennis shoe.
Yeah.
Rubber. And then what are we gonna do with this shoe? Like, what are we? So I just give them raw materials, just like I told you, like I gave them a mushroom, and you watch and see what are these products they put together for this company. Because now with that mushroom, they made mushroom soup. They made the hush room that I was telling you about.
The hush room. Yep.
Yes. And then they made the room tea, like room tea, like mushroom room tea.
Oh.
I mean, they made all of these different things. And then you have to talk about where you're gonna sell it, what is the concept that you're gonna put together for it, who's gonna need it, who are you addressing, who's gonna be that target market for that specific. And so that's why I had you guys write out who the target market is gonna be for, how much the price is gonna be. And you guys had only 15 minutes to do that?
15 minutes. It was great though, because it's a real exercise in collaboration. It's a real exercise in creativity. and you got to step out your shell. I mean, and I love it. I'm such an outgoing person. Sometimes I have to kind of like hold myself back a little bit because I'll take over the group. But I'm like, it was so good because I know how to work with groups, and I'm very. We actually were the ones who we won.
Y'all won?
Yeah, well, we were the first one picked. Janina was the judge, right?
Yes.
And so she picked our group. Hey, I didn't even.
Was that the musty one about the?
Yeah, that was an onion. That was an onion off to kind of like.
Oh my God. Trying to get
like
right
take
here.
people
Am I
away.
right? Yes.
Yeah, that's good. Yep, writer.
Yes.
So yeah, that was the onion off where we had people like repelled by the onion, and our natural product, the product she gave us was an onion. So it was cool. It was cool. It was creative, and it was funny too. Because we made a whole skit around it. Yeah.
Yeah. But some of those products would sell.
You know what? Yes. I honestly thought like maybe not ours. Ours was just funny. Yes. But a couple of other ones were really good.
About the tear.
Yeah, the tears. Yeah, that was good. I was like, man, that could sell. Excuse me.
Get in touch with your emotions or your acting. And there was another one. They had all the clinical everything. I don't know how they talk about all that.
You know what? Honestly, I think, I kind of felt bad that they didn't win, but I was like, we went after the laughter though. So I think that's what made us win, because we went after the laughter. We were just trying to make people laugh. Okay.
But isn't that funny?
No,
that sells. Laughter sells.
It's so true, because if you can move a person emotionally, like they're gonna take action, because emotion means energy in motion, and so that's the reason why we were like, let's just go for the laughter, and everyone was cracking up. I mean, I was cracking up on a few other ones too. I don't know. I didn't think ours was the funniest, but I'm glad we won.
Yes.
All right, so next question. So tell us about some of the growing pains. You started the Black Chamber of Commerce Inland Empire around 2015. What have been some of the growing pains that you have experienced, and how have you overcome those growing pains?
I think the growing pains are this. The chamber is mostly volunteer positions. Mm-hmm. I think the growing pains terms are always 2 years. I wish my term could hurry up and be up. That's about that sustainable initiative.
Yes.
I will be moving myself out into the background, but I will forever be with the chamber for support.
Yes.
But I think a lot of the growing pains are people see a wheel going, and when you want to get involved, they don't understand that the chamber is a business.
Yes. Okay.
It is a business. Just because it's a nonprofit, people get that confused.
Right.
It is a business. It's just the entity of the type of business that is. And it means that it cannot exist by itself. It means that we have to have dedicated people who want to come in for the right reasons. And I think that's always the growing pain, because a lot of times people see a wheel moving and they're thinking, let me jump on the bandwagon. But when they come in, it's like, oh, you can't just ride the wheel, baby. You got to push it.
You got to push it. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
You got to push. And then that comes in with that teamwork, what we were talking about, various.
Yes.
And that's that teamwork that's why when you get to know people in those little groups, then you find out it's like, oh, I'm not just here to look cute at the mixer. No, you're here to get involved. People need to see you know who you are. Are you really in it to win it? Are you really coming in?
Right.
So I think a lot of that is the growing pains, because not at any negativity to them. I think a lot of times it's a rude awakening that, you mean to say it's not a sitting board? No, it's a working board.
It's a working board.
Which means that every 2 years, we are always having to attract, because you always want to keep it new.
Yes.
But that is also the frustrating part too, is because it's ramping up. You always got to re-up. I call it re-up.
Yes. No, I get it.
And
So,
but how
go
we
ahead.
over? Oh, go ahead.
No, yeah, no, I was gonna say. So, yeah, what were some of the things you guys have done to overcome that?
Um, I think we're doing it now, just really setting the systems up in place. So
Okay.
as people exit from their time, just putting those systems up now that when they move in, it's almost go. You're like,
Yes.
here it is, we're getting it set up for you. All you got to do is push the button and then just here's the roadmap.
Pass the baton.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that becomes a responsibility of the chamber because
Okay.
we have to create the roadmap that makes it, I see what it is, and this is truly what it is. At go, these are the things that I have to do. And then because our number one client are our businesses.
Yes.
And we want to make sure that they stay hyped and they stay in the know, and they get that same energy, they keep that same vibe, and they're not the effect of something that's falling down from our end.
Okay. Yeah, you guys had amazing turnout at the last meetup that I was in. I think there might have been 60 people. How many people were there?
I don't know. I think it was 60.
Yeah, it was quite a few. Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, it was very fun over here at Tailored Space in Corona.
Yes.
Yeah, which Janina works at.
Yes.
So tell us about the current needs of Black Chamber of Commerce, Inland Empire. So we talked a little bit about, board members and talked a little bit, what are some of the other needs that you guys currently have at the chamber, and what are you doing to move forward on those?
Right now, we coming off of the pandemic, we are in need of more board members, and that will always be it. Right now, we are, always look. I call it a few good men, or women. So we have some people out there who are great with money. We have an interim treasurer, but we are looking for a treasurer. And then we are looking for a secretary. So we have acting people. So we're not looking for a whole lot of people on the board, but we do want people who are representatives, who are ambassadors. And the ambassadors are those that they're more like our extended arms. They're out there helping and recruiting and telling people to come on in. There are wings out there flying around. Yeah, so definitely looking for that because, that keeps the spark going. Those are like the little angels out there. And it gives our board members just a little bit of breathing room. And we just need members. And when I say members, we want members that, of course, we're going to have to really go through orientation and redefine what it means to be a chamber member. Okay. Because when you join, we need you here. And we need you coming in. It's almost like church,
yes. Yeah. You building that community. Yes.
You got to build the community. It's like you join church, baby, we ain't seen you since Christmas.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta come every month to get the word.
Gotta come get the word.
Come get the word.
I love it. So what I would say is there's I do have one other question. Are there internship opportunities that you guys offer?
Yes.
Okay. How do those work?
Always. Internships, yes, double yes, and mo yes on all levels. We definitely like to get them involved into our membership team, into our events team, and then into our whole, what would I call it? Our surveyable numbers people, those people that go out, ask the questions, what the members need. But also this, I know we're talking from internal, of the things that we need. But I think most importantly, we need our members to understand that our mission, or what our mission is for them, is this what they talk about, like when you anyway, it's the mission of sustainability. Sustainability. We want our businesses to really commit to being sustainable.
Okay.
And we went through a pandemic. You know what happened to the businesses?
Yeah.
So our job as a chamber is to minimize our businesses closing, to increase their education. So there's a lot of time, it is not just about getting money. We always talk access to capital, and that's important. But if we don't know what we're going to do with the money, and we don't do with the money that we should be doing with the money, we're on that little wheel.
On that treadmill. Yeah.
We're on the treadmill. And then, so when the money run out,
it's not sustainable. Yeah.
It's not sustainable.
So
go ahead.
You need like sustainable, you would say like a sustainable economy type thing?
Yes.
Okay.
And they have to understand that this is our mission. Our mission is for every business to come in, is to be sustainable. That means everything. We need you to grow. We need you to make more money. We need the owners to get out of their businesses and work on their business. We need, to build the value of the company.
Yeah.
And that's every single business. So if we can say like, oh, what do you need to work on? What do you need to work on? What do you need to work on? When you talk about scaling to sale, it encompasses it all.
Yeah. You can't scale yourself. So if you're in your business and you're working in your business and not on your business, that's unsustainable as well. Absolutely.
Yeah. So when our experts come in to help our members, when they're scaling the sale, they're going to figure out where all the problems are.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
We're going to know that we got to go all the way back to step one.
Yes.
We're going to know we need to pivot. Maybe you need to you got 40 products, maybe you need to dump 20. Or you need to focus on only 20. Maybe you need to not have so many employees. Or maybe you need to change where you're buying your stuff from. Do you understand? It's like, maybe you need to work on your media, on your social media. Maybe you got to structure your website. All of that works on the business as a whole.
Yeah. I love it. So so that actually segues into our next question.
Yeah.
What are the current immediate goals of what the Black Chamber of Commerce Inland Empire wants to accomplish? Let's just say within the next 3 to 5 months.
3 to 5 months, we definitely want to increase our membership by 30%.
Yeah. Okay.
Or more. So because we are membership driven. Because remember, the membership, the hub is where we want people to come in. If we don't have businesses to support, then we definitely want to increase that, and that helps businesses.
Yes.
Because I will tell all businesses, chambers really don't make money off of the business. We have a membership, and the amount of membership that we charge, I tell people, you don't get it. But then they'd be like, why is it not free? Because it's just like a membership. If people give you something for free, it's almost like skin in the game.
Yeah, you have no skin in the game, no commitment. No commitment.
You have no commitment.
So either you got sweat equity or you putting money in it.
Yes, but when you feel like you have money in it, then not only do you believe in yourself, but you believe in what you're bringing to the table, because we're as strong as our members. So also the next goal, we're looking for diversity in memberships.
Okay.
We're getting the construction companies. I want more tech companies. You see, the more diversified a chamber is, the better the hub is.
The better the hub.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because now the memberships have so much more to pull from. From brick and mortar to, and that's the other thing. Understanding when they're scalable, understanding that just because you brick and mortar, where's your digital twin? How are we integrated? And then that loops in with, the different businesses that are out there. Oh, you got a digital twin? Because now they got to understand we got the metaverse coming.
Yeah.
This is too much. Okay. So
I I know you've been talking to Robin a little bit.
Okay, you see why me and Robin get along so well, right?
Yes.
Oh my God. So, but yes, so money is not going to take care of everything. And I'm going to tell you that for a fact. You can keep giving money, but if we're not educated and we're not going through the workshops,
yeah,
and you're not getting somebody telling you the truth,
yes,
you know, and the truth a lot of times comes from our resources and our people that we work with.
Yes, in our network. Yeah. Yes.
And when they hear it from the experts, because a lot of things that they're being told are probably things they've never been told ever before.
Yeah. And sometimes our knowledge is like fragmented, you know, and so we get a little bit of knowledge here, and then we get a little bit of knowledge there, and then we need some people to fill in the gaps of our knowledge, and that having that network, having that hub is really important to help fill in those gaps. That's absolutely.
Yeah. And just to finish, and about building the membership up to 30% or more, and then also we want everyone, all of our members, to go through this Sustainable Initiative Workshop, and that is to go for every single, and we're making this a certification.
Awesome. So like every member is going to go through the Sustainable Business Initiative Workshop by Evolve Business Center. Yes. I believe Robin's interview is coming out either a little bit before your interview, so people will be able to reference back to Evolve Business Center interview. So that's I believe in what they're teaching, and I can see, you know, from a perspective of scaling a small or an SMB, like most SMBs don't understand what they need to do, and this is just like gold. It's gold.
It blew my mind. It's a learning experience for myself.
So shout out to Robin Mansell with Evolve Business Center.
Her and Curtis Witt. Yes.
So that's a really good. I love that you would have everyone go through there, because with the grants that they've been offered, now they're offering it completely for free, which is pretty awesome. So can I ask you, these are now the last questions, future long-term goals, 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years. Where do you see BCCIE in 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years?
3 years, I call it the takeover. Okay.
The takeover. Come on.
Where in the Inland Empire, I want to get at least 50% of. Okay, now let me say this, and I need everybody to understand. The Black Chamber of Commerce is open to every business. Okay. Yes. And but the reason we target Black businesses for working on a lot of things is because we have to look at what's called data. Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, you can look at the census. People's like, where you pulling data from? Census.
Census.org. Census.org. Okay. I got both of those census reference, Riverside and Inland Empire. Yeah.
They be like, where you get your research from? Census. Yes. Okay. So and they have what's called graphs and stuff, and they have what's called numbers, and so many different numbers. When we look at small businesses, not even just from the census, but from a lot of other data that is pulled, many of the time it is Black-owned businesses that are at the lowest.
The lowest on all fields of access to capital.
You know, just don't even get me started. My point is, if we got to focus on deficit, and so we got to go to those deficit areas. So that is why we focus on Black businesses, because until the graphs all look the same, well, we don't need no reason to be concerned anymore. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
So And I have to say this again, it does not mean, because here's the truth. It's the Black Chamber of Commerce, because we're focusing on a lot of Black issues when it comes to Black businesses. But we need all nationalities to join the chamber, because our Black businesses have target markets that are not even Black.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So we can't just say Blacks only buy from Blacks. And I'm saying that, I mean, I
love that. Like, because you got to be for real about it. Yeah.
Yes. Now we do say, if please support Black businesses. If you buy in that, then can you support a Black business?
Right.
Please do.
Right.
But honesty is that I could pull up a company and I could say, what is your avatar? What is your target market for this product? And that target market might not, their top group might not even be Black.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah.
So that means
I'm with you 100%. One of the things that comes to mind for me is that when I go to buy a product or service, I never do question whether or not it was made by a Black person. But if it was, and I'm glad to support it, and look, they got an excellent product, and I'm all about excellence. So you gotta combine excellence with with whatever you do in the market. So yeah, absolutely.
Yes. And that's where we come in with the excellence part, is because if we do have a Black-owned businesses that is not has an excellent product, then we have to say why. Are they not? Is it based on not having equity? Do you get what I'm saying? Because there's a difference between equality and equity, because that means access to that information.
Well, I mean, I would say that nowadays, it's pretty easy to access that information with the internet. You just got to know the right questions to ask too. And I think this is where mentors come in, because if a person can get connected in with the hub or the network that's being built, those mentors will point you in the right direction. Because one of the things that I found, I'm a bachelor's graduate, and bachelor's of visual communication. When I went to college, I honestly, after I'm just gonna say this, but after my first 2 years, I was like, why did I come to college? Because what I found out was this: all of the information that my teachers were giving me, most of the time they were just pointing me to it.
Yeah.
They were saying, go read this, and they were teaching me not what to think, but how to think.
Yeah.
And I learned that's a good skill to learn. To learn how to think instead of what particularly to think. So I take that and I say, now, okay, anything I want to learn, if I really am serious, I will discover it. I will get online. I will go find books. I will go seek out mentors. I'll call up people. So that's what when it comes to the whole knowledge, I think, it falls back on personal responsibility. These people, anyone who claims to lack knowledge, they need to maybe plug into a different network, and so, yeah.
No, I agree. But I will say this.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of redlining going out there, and we have to be honest. Now, Wells Fargo had their hands slapped about 5-6 times, of evidence of redlining and doing different stuff that was unequitable. Do you get where I'm coming from? That weren't done, that wasn't done to certain groups. So those things, and those things we can't go in and control.
No, you can't control it, but the great thing is that we do have a free market.
Yeah, we have a free market.
Wells Fargo don't want to play? All right. I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah.
My credit score is good.
But that's the problem.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. When you are, but it's like, why you got to go to somewhere else that somebody else didn't have to go nowhere else?
Yeah, I think that's a huge issue that we one of the books that I've read is called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Really good book. it talks about your circle of concern versus your circle of influence, and learning that lesson of, okay, this is outside of my circle of influence, so I can't really worry about it.
Yes,
It is a really good thing. But and I know what you're saying about the injustices that that happen. They're always going to be there. They will. And so I think empowerment is more on the level of, hey, you know what? You can compete too. This market is free, and if one person doesn't want to play ball, there's somebody else who's going to play ball with you.
Yeah.
So
But that's where the education and getting involved in networking.
Yeah, that's where it comes in.
See where I'm coming from?
Yep, I get it.
That's where it comes in. It's like, hey.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Don't go barking up that tree.
Here's
don't spend your energy. You're going to need to spend your energy doing this. Okay.
That's true. That's true.
Way. And that's the point that I'm trying to say, because
I get you.
You don't want somebody running into the wall. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? If you was over here, we would have told you it was going to happen.
It's a hard lesson. It's a hard lesson, that you don't have to learn, right?
Yes.
I get it. So avoiding the pitfalls. So what about 5 years and 10 years? We said 3 years. Now we're back to 5 years and 10 years. What about those two?
I think the 5 and 10 is going to have to be lumped in the sum, okay? Because the reason I say that is that at that point in time, number one, we want to have mastered the Inland Empire.
Yes.
And when I say about that, that means knowing the thread and shred of all of our businesses that are out there.
Yes. Yeah.
And knowing, just observing their footprint.
Yeah.
Because you got that you got that digital footprint, and then you got that, I call it that brick and mortar footprint. Just understanding penetration in the market, understanding where they're at, and really have a very surveyable amount of data. On our business.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas we can go click, 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 click. What do you mean? Okay, we're 30% of the market in Riverside County. This is where you can find us. We're broken down by this. And even though that information is on the census, we have still not tapped into those businesses.
Yeah.
We can look at it and be like, here's what it is. I want the chamber to be tapped in to all of those businesses.
Okay.
And I think that's very important. But in order to do that, our infrastructure has to be set up, and it has to be running like it has to be a scale to sale. It has to be already in place and doing its thing, even without, I can say 70% of it, even without people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's where we need to be. Just really our footprint as a chamber really needs to be really in every nick and cranny in the Inland Empire. That is my goal for 5 to 10 years, that we have touched every Black-owned business.
Yes.
And we have grown the chamber, and retained our membership, where it's totally flooding. It's automatic.
Yes.
And really penetrated. At least, can we get at least 70% of those businesses as members? So
70%, you think 70% of the Black businesses are just businesses in the Inland Empire? Because you're not.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. I mean, I looked at the census data. I believe there's around, I don't want to misquote it, but there is around like, I don't even know. I can't even say it right now, because
Don't make me pull it up, because I got the data.
I was about to pull it up right here, because I have.
Pull it up, because I don't like saying wrong numbers.
Yeah.
I'd be like, let me pull it up.
So, because I was, we do, we have research. This is one of our research references for what we do on Startempire Wire. We always pulling up these stats for businesses in San Bernardino and Riverside County. And so if I were to I'm looking at San Bernardino County right now. Let me just pull up the businesses.
Yeah. But if we can get all of those businesses certified under Sustainable Initiative.
Okay, so total employer establishments in 2020, 38,000 in Riverside County.
And they break them down by men and women. So.
Oh yeah, men-owned firms, 2012. In 2012, men-owned firms, 81,000.
Yeah.
Women-owned firms, 2012, 63,000. I'm not saying the whole number because I'm just rounding it up. Minority-owned firms, 2012, 98,000. This is all San Bernardino County.
Yes.
Now, if we look at Riverside.
But what is the amount of businesses that are not Black or minority owned total?
The amount of businesses that are not Black or minority owned?
Just total businesses.
So there's non-employer establishments in their employer establishments. So non-employer establishments, 176,000.
And the other one?
And the total employer establishments, this is for Riverside County, 41,000.
Mm-hmm.
And so under the non-employer establishment, that's where they break it down into demographics, which is like men and women, minority. So in Riverside, the men is 90,000 for non-employer. The women is 66,000 for non-employer, and the minority is 85,000 for non-employer establishments. So these are like freelancers, probably lifestyle businesses and things like that. It's a lot.
And they break them down to Black, Asian, Hispanic. Yes.
Yeah. You know, I don't see it on this one, but it's probably on another one. I'm just pulling like the summary. But man, the census does have a good data set. So your goal within 5 to 10 years would be you said 70%?
70%, because wanting to bring them through the chamber, getting our surveyable data on them and actually talking to them, and building them into the membership base, and then getting them under Sustainable Initiative.
Okay.
Because this is the mission this year, and it's Sustainable Initiative, and then from there, growing on from there and tacking on top of that. Top of this,
Wow. All right. I love the goal. I love big, hairy, audacious goals. And this is a big, hairy, audacious goal. So tell us, okay, Tammy, where can people find you? Online, offline? Where do people go? Like social media, websites? Tell us it all.
We on and off. Okay, so the website, BCCInlandempire.com. Let me say it again. BCCInlandempire.com. Now I learned that from various y'all, because you need to own your own content. Take them to where you live.
Come on.
We live on the website. Okay, so you go to the website, BCCInlandempire.com. Now you can also find us on Facebook, Black Chamber of Commerce Inland Empire. You can find us on Instagram, BCC Inland Empire. You can find us on LinkedIn. Woo! You find us everywhere. And if you get confused, just go to my page.
What's your page?
Ryles on
T.
Facebook,
Martin-Ryles.
And then you can click on Black Chamber. You can go to any of mine. T. Martin-Ryles on Instagram. You can go to T. Martin-Ryles on Twitter. Oh, we on Twitter, we on LinkedIn, we on Instagram, we on Facebook, on the Black Chamber of Commerce. But if they get confused and you want to find my face, want to find some energy, just tap into me and you can tap into the chamber.
Come on. Awesome.
We meet every first Friday and every third Monday.
Third Mondays. First Fridays, third Mondays. And I'm gonna tell you, these meetings are happening. You need to experience them. So come out. So thank you, Tammy, so much for coming on to the Founders Podcast. We really appreciate you coming on. This is this is just the beginning, and we hope to have you back on another one in the future, reporting on some of these goals. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning into the Founders Podcast. Contact Tammy. contact the Black Chamber of Commerce, come out to a mixer. We look forward to seeing your faces at one of these. And once again, have a great day. Peace.